Well, hello there, partners. Safety Sheriff Cooter Bob Brown here. Last we spoke, I was getting my braces consultation. You know, and when the price is still in on, I decided to go with them Invisaligns. Well, let's just say them things didn't quite hold up to the stress. So here we are, pretty as ever. Anyways, enough about me. A few things have changed around here in regard to emergency response at our location. I like to keep it fresh. So I thought, why not spend some time with you cowpokes and give you the fresh update? Let me make it super simple. Emergency response is the plans and communications and the procedures we put in place to train on so we can learn to react instead of floundering around when an emergency occurs. This is super important stuff here. So put down your book face, your talk tick, and your Instagrams for a moment. Grab your pickled pig feet snack and relax. Today's message is important. Today we're going to be talking about alarms, communication, windows alarms, fire protection, spill response, evacuation, exit rights, severe weather, plant security, and medical emergencies. All these topics require us to react so we get the best results during an emergency incident. So it's best to open up your listening holes for me today. I want to start this talk off with a little bit of plant communication and alarms. I always talk about this, but do you know what the number one method for communicating an issue in the plant is? That's our handy dandy handheld radios. It's our preferred method of communicating emergency. Works pretty daggum well since everyone or every section has one. The info can be passed along very quickly to everyone. So if something's happening, get on that radio and alert everyone. Now we do have some audible alarms in the plant, so I want to go over just a few of those. I want to give you a little understanding of what they are, what they sound like, and what they mean. First, we have the fire alarm. If that alarm's going off, we must evacuate to the primary gathering spot, which is right over here, that picnic table, right out off of Ida's office. You also may hear the water gong going off at the building. That should let you know that water going to the sprinklers. If that's going on, those things indicate a large fire. They should go off at the same time. The sprinklers in the building should start activating to put the fire out. So if them alarms are going off, the fire already way too big for us to handle it. There are smoke detectors in the main office and those over there in that pumpkin and stuff like that. And if that goes off, we're going to head over to the primary. We're going to go to the secondary, which is front gate area, because we sure don't want to come here if it's on fire, do we? That'd be stupid. But one thing, you'll never ever disregard the fire alarms. Yeah, we may be doing a test, but we must practice what we preach or we become complacent. We also have carbon monoxide alarm, and this alarm is set to a low level and go off with too much exhaust from a combustion engine is not getting cleared out. First, there'll be a lower level audible alarm. All right, it's getting ready to go off my front. There it goes. There's your audible right there. That means you need to open up the doors, levers, get some more airflow going in. However, that visual red light strobe starts going off, then you need to hightail it out of there till that alarm stops. Some other alarms in the plant that do not require evacuation but are telling you about possible faulty equipment are the mill alarms, the boiler alarm, MTZ fire suppression system alarm. Also very important to watch your HMIs in case any other equipment alarms such as high tank level or things like that are not, that might not be audible that's going off, so we know. So I hope that info on alarms has sunk in. So let's talk a little bit about fires in the plant. Now, we don't have any large quantity flammables on site, but we have had a fire once on a mill motor, so you never know when a fire can start. The number one safety rule of fires, we should only attempt to fight fires in the early stages, right? When the fire is too big, a fire extinguisher is about as handy as a beaver without two front teeth. I know all about that. We have fire extinguishers located throughout the plant within 50 feet of each other, and they are inspected each month. And I'm going to provide a demonstration on how to use them, shall we? Alright now, let's say we're walking around minding our own business. I ain't trying to throw nobody in the post. No, I ain't trying to do that. I just mind my own business. Let's say somebody was welding in here. Somebody done throw the rag in there to what it's supposed to be metal. And somehow a spark done jumped all the way from over there. Kind of unlikely, but let's just say that's how all them things happen. And I walk by, oh Lord, it's smoking. Where's the smoke? There's fire. I see a fire. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this pool. Hang, squeeze, and squeeze. That's all there is to it. Pull, hang, squeeze, and squeeze. That's sweet. Pull and squeeze sweet. Pass technique. That's all there is to it. Simple, simple, simple. Thank you. Fires are dangerous to people, places, and things, but so are chemical spills. The number one rule we have here with spills is, contain, contain, contain. Let's keep that spill material contained and out of drains, grass, or gravel. We also have to remember that not all chemicals can be treated the same. If microphose spills inside, we might be able to wash it down the sump, but if pesticide or lab acid was spilled, we need to step back a second and be extra careful unless you want to look like this, or this. Form a cleanup of a corrosive like pesticide or lab acid, you must protect your skin and eyes from the corrosive chemical. To do this, you must wear rubber boots, chemically protected Tyvek suit, goggles, face shield, thick nitrile gloves. Now, y'all don't need to see me take the whole time sitting there, so I'm going to throw a little quick montage of those steps of what that get up looks like and how to properly don and doff. That's take it on, put it off. Put it on, take it off for all y'all don't know any fancy words. So let's say we have one of them emergencies. Do you know what to do? What if we have to evacuate for reasons like a fire? Do you know where to meet up on site so we can account for everyone? Well, let me tell you, our primary gathering spot is the picnic table right outside the break room, and our secondary is the main gate. Did you know that sometimes you might even need to just shelter in place? Did you? Well, lightning storms require you to take shelter in a building with electrical wires until 15 minutes after the last lightning strike. Yep, that's new. That's a new requirement right there. That's going to come out in a new weather policy. Used to be 30, it's 15. All right, 15. We're going to have a lightning detector installed soon that I'm working on getting here to make us all a little safer. Whereas a tornado or hurricane comes around, you need to hunker down in a few places. Micropro control room, the maintenance offices, they got cylinder block containing walls. Those are good places. Micropro even got the weather shelter, weather windows things on them too. If not, then of course this building, the main office building, you want to get hunkered down over there in about the middle part of it, all right? Those are the three areas. Micropro control, maintenance office, and front office in the middle. And in that office trailer, they say they got these fancy dancy tornado straps and all that. If you won't trust it, go right ahead. But believe me, when I tell you tornado coming for you, they coming for you. Tornadoes do love them some trailer parks. Our written emergency response plan, we got one of them. It's available on SharePoint. It describes a few off-site locations in case of some weird thing go on. The plant next door is on fire, blowing smoke over here. A train derails and might have some chlorine gas on it. those kinds of things. If we got to leave the plant, there's a few locations, tell you maybe we go to the Burger King over there on Saluda, or the McDonald's over on Cherry Road. Hopefully they got the McRibs. Somebody say they're delicious. But there's some areas we'll call out at the time because, if the wind coming this way, we're going that way. We're going the other way. All right? So if you in the plant and you need to get out quickly, do you know your routes? It really ain't even hard. Don't flounder around like a fish out of water. Look for the exits. What is that, you say? What are the ones that's lit up, got the word exit on them? Go there. I suggest you go there. Exits must always be kept free of obstructions and doors, so these exits must not be locked from the inside. Always check this and walk around the plant to ensure exits are not blocked. Now we got that evacuation stuff out of the way, let's talk one of my favorites, security. It makes me happier than a nerd in a comic book store. Here at Coppers Rock Hill, we have a pretty darn good perimeter fence to keep the perpetrators out. We also have a single area entry and exit controlled by our all-star deputy from Great Falls, South Carolina. One of my favorite vacation spots, by the way. In addition to fencing, we have cameras, lighting, and logs to control our visitors. Remember, it's all on us to keep all the riffraff out. We're supposed to get this on location thing too to help us, but who knows when that's going to get worked out. Last, I want to talk about medical incidents. There are a few things you must know. Minor incidents are those who do not require immediate emergency attention. There's a nurse line phone number. That's put it on a flyer in the control room and the back hallway bulletin board. Few places, this nurse line must be contacted, and they'll advise you if you need to seek additional medical attention. There's a code on there, they might ask you for the location code. That's on there, so you have that right there for you, so we don't get things goofed up. For emergencies like a heart attack or some other serious incident, we call 911. And right now, based on our team phone system, they say it's not a good idea. Best just use your cell phone and tell them, your address, 103 Robertson Road. And as always, we send a runner over to the gate if emergency personnel come. That way you can buzz them in and tell them where to go. Go to this plant, go to that plant, go right there. If you don't do that part, you're delaying your help. All right? Please remember, all medical incidents must be sent to that zero harm C coordinator, wherever you can call them, must be sent to that person so they know to get it into focus and make sure that the workers' comp and all that stuff squared away for you. Well, that about covers what we need to cover on emergency response today. And I know we've been visiting in a Porta John at a Taco Bell convention, but this stuff is important. And when an emergency happens, we must be able to react. And we've done talked about communications and alarms in the plant, what our primary communication device is. We also talked about evacuations, cleaning up spills, PPE, security, and medical incidents. That's a mouthful. I can lead you to the water's edge, but I can't show the lifeboat. I can't show it to you, but I can make you get in it and float. You see what I'm saying? As I always say, take your time, use your noggin, and you will be just fine. Safety Sheriff Bob reminding you, I'm a bad man. I've been known to eat glass and crap out diamonds worth millions. Don't let me catch you slacking on these emergency response procedures. Just don't do it. Because we all know, Bob Brown, he'll throw you in the pokey.